mort. Tu pas contre un raciste, pas nicotine, 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 nicotine. 100% holocaust, 100% holocaust. Man, viens, tu sais où me trouver. Viens, tu sais où me trouver.
We think that drugs is what you have to regulate to make us safer, and half the people think guns. That's what you got to regulate to make us safer. But I always think if you're going to regulate one thing that has the most potential to cause death and destruction, religion. You got to start with religion. And I don't say this out of bitterness. Look, I open the kneeling down in front of another man with your mouth open. Nothing gay about that. No. Nothing gay there. So, are our religions corrupt? Yes, of course they are. But once again, I have to say, their religions, even worse. Even worse. I mean, that thing about the 72 virgins, that's the lowest. Promising pussy in the afterlife is the lowest thing I've ever heard in my life. I mean, I am no Christian, but I do think Jesus is a fantastic role model, and the reason he is because he never said anything like, blessed are the meek, for they shall get laid. Also, by the way, 72 virgins is very suspicious to me. It's a clue. It tells you we're dealing with people from a bartering culture. Because nobody starts with that number. Somebody said 100 virgins, 50. 85, 69, 79, 71, 73, 72, done. That's how you got 72. Yes. We are dealing with people from the Middle East, Arabs and Jews, who have a lot more in common than they would like to admit. And one of the things they have in common is that they're from the Middle East, which was called that because it's in the middle. Because everything that went from Europe to Asia, always through the commerce, always had to go through the middle. That's why Columbus was looking for another way. And people said to him, Chris, if you take this journey, you're going to die. And he said, I would rather sail off the edge of the fucking world than deal with those people one more day. Have you been to the mall? But people from the... You said, is Islam a religion of peace? You are one of the brave people who says it's not really a religion of peace.
It's not a religion of peace, and immediately after 9/11, they should have said it's not a religion of peace. We're up against Islam. 17 or 16 men out of 19 of the attackers came from Saudi Arabia, and we have to face Saudi Arabia. But instead we went to Afghanistan.
And you can broaden it out from Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
But I mean, but don't those people?
Not all
aren't they then co-opted by extremists, by
radical extremists to begin with?
Yes.
Muhammad was a warrior.
Yes.
Extremists to begin with.
Yes.
Muhammad was a warrior.
Yes.
Extremists to begin with.
Yes.
Muhammad was a warrior.
Yes.
The big lie is that all religions are basically alike. They all preach the same thing. Well, of course, the Bible is full of a lot of violence. I mean, God in the Old Testament is a psychopath. He just kills, kills for no reason, good reasons, bad reasons. He's jealous. He just wants to kill. He is. He's the rifleman. But he doesn't seem to aim it so much at outsiders. You know, he wipes out the Jews except for Noah because they were bad to him or whatever. But he doesn't keep saying, in the Quran, it's to me that in the Quran, God keeps saying, if you're not one of us, you're an infidel, and burning would be too... So there are no... And they still whack people. You know, a death threat on you. There's a death threat on people in your country that still speak. There's a death threat on Salman Rushdie. They still whack people in Islam. It's still a lot about, if you don't agree with me, we'll settle it by getting whacked.
It's bizarre that